Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Sports Edge Fan Forum. I'm your host, Kels Dayton. I'm wearing a Spud Webb jersey. I'm sitting here in my mom's living room. I got the Mickey Mouse posters behind me, but I'm making a Sports Edge Fan Forum video because I want to rant about sports topics that matter to me, and that's exactly what I'm going to do here on SportsEdge.com. You can do the same thing. Just go to SportsEdge.com and sign up to become a contributor. Make your own fan forum video. You don't have to have any production value at all. I got my camera sitting here on top of a candy machine, basically from the 80s. And that's one of the things we're going to be talking about today is some of the teams that haven't had success in baseball since the 80s. No production value, as I said. Do whatever you want. Rant about what you want. This is America. This is your country and your site, SportsEdge.com. So go log on. That's what makes America great here is this fan forum from Sports Edge. And of course, everyone's talking about the steroid scandal in baseball, and why not? It is a big story. Of course, on ABC News, you have it all over the place. You have it here on News Channel 8, the news. You see the national stories. Chris Matthews was talking about it on MSNBC, as it's otherwise known. You take a look at also some of the guys who have been talking about the A-Rod thing. Of course, it's a big story. You know, we understand national news. People are going to be yelling about it. But I think the stories that are truly going overlooked in baseball this season are the teams that came from out of nowhere, and there's quite a few of them. A lot of teams that came from out of nowhere and have absolutely had outstanding seasons this year. I'm talking about, of course, the Pittsburgh Pirates. The hat I'm wearing right now, the Pirates have been outstanding this year. First time. They have the best record in baseball, actually, and they haven't had a winning season since 1992. I know they've done this the past 2 years, and that's what people have been saying, is the Pirates get out in front. They've done a great job in the first half of the season, and then they sort of start to fall off in the second half. But we've seen they've done a great job this year, and we're 100-something games in. I don't think they're going to fall off right now when you look at what they've done. Clint Hurdle's done a fantastic job. I think they have staying power. I think they have a chance to win the World Series this year, and that is absolutely mind-blowing when you think about the fact that the Pittsburgh Pirates have the chance to win the World Series this year. I think I was about 5 years old the last time you could have said that. They are a legitimate contender. They got good pitching. You take a look at their young, talented guy in Garrett Cole, who basically leads that rotation right now. Got a lot of good pitching when you take a look at the Pirates. That back end of that bullpen is great with Jason Grilli. He's done a fantastic job. Andrew McCutchen has become an MVP candidate almost every year when you take a look at him. Pedro Alvarez is a bona fide all-star. He's done a fantastic job this year. Starling Marte, you could go on and on. Neil Walker, Garrett Jones. These guys have been great. Nobody even knows who they are really, but they've done a fantastic job. Some of the best young talent in baseball, and I think it really is because of this luxury tax situation that we've had, that we've seen some of the smaller market teams have had the opportunity to come back. The system is, a little bit more fair. We're having more teams. It's almost like a salary cap type situation where the bottom teams are being brought up a little bit by these luxury tax dollars, and they're being able to go out and spend a little bit more money and make their teams competitive. In Pittsburgh and Kansas City, who's another team from that American League Central, I mean, the Royals have been awful for years. They've been absolutely horrible for years, probably even longer than Pittsburgh when you take a look at it. I can't even remember the last time the Royals were in a pennant race. I know 2003 they had that year where they got out a little bit, but that's the last decent year they've had in about 20 some odd years. So you feel great for the fans of Kansas City. They've got a chance here to really have a season where they can be actually interested in the baseball season all year long before we get to even Chiefs football, which is terrible. At least the Royals can hold their interest deep into the fall. And I think the Royals have a team. When you look at their talent, you look at James Shields as one of the best pitchers in baseball. You take a look at Lorenzo Cain's done a great job out there in center field. Obviously, Alex Gordon, who's been basically their entire offense, basically carrying them offensively this year, and that's been the problem for them. But they do have a lot of talent when you look at their pitching staff. You look at obviously what Alex Gordon has done, and Eric Hosmer is another young hitter that has a great chance to be a really good player. Billy Butler as well. Salvador Perez, who was an all-star this year. Not a lot of people know about him at the catching position for the Royals. So I think the Royals have done a great job. The Pirates as well. But you take a look at the Oakland A's. I mean, most baseball fans couldn't name 5 players on that team. At least with the Pirates, you can name Andrew McCutchen. But with Oakland, you can't name anybody. Yoenis Cespedes, really, that's their big guy that they have. I know Josh Donaldson's a guy at third base who has become one of the best third basemen in baseball. You take a look at him with Manny Machado. I think you can put him right below Machado as one of the best young third basemen in the game. He's an outstanding defensive player. Should have been an all-star this year, 300 hitter, outstanding player, that Josh Donaldson. He's really carried the A's. You look at Josh Reddick, you look at some of those other guys in Oakland, really, no one even knows who they are, to be honest with you. They have a team that absolutely, you can't figure them out. Bartolo Colon's about 45 years old. He's still pitching outstanding. He's done a great job this year. And I think the A's have really come back, and it's been absolutely amazing because this team has done it 2 years in a row now, and no one still is talking about them. Nobody still knows who they are. I think it's absolutely amazing what they've been able to do out there in Oakland. An outstanding job by them. And I think they legitimately have the chance to win the World Series this year. They got in the playoffs last year. We saw they struggled a little bit against the Tigers early on. Were able to come back, though, and really make that a series in that American League Division Series that we saw last year. So I think the A's certainly have the playoff experience now. Even though you may not know who they are, they have a chance to win the World Series this year. And maybe we still won't know who they are after then. It's absolutely mind-boggling what they've done, and I think the job that Bob Melvin has done is absolutely fantastic out there in Oakland. So you look at the A's, the Royals, the Pirates, and the Cleveland Indians. I think the Indians are another team a lot of people should be talking about right now with what Terry Francona's done. They've lost 2 in a row to Detroit, and obviously the Tigers are a juggernaut team in that Central Division. Everyone knows they have a chance to win the World Series. When you look at Miguel Cabrera, who's having an even better season this year possibly than he had last year when he won the Triple Crown. It's amazing what he's done these past 2 seasons. And then I think take a look at Prince Fielder as well. He's obviously one of the big offensive threats for them. So we know the Tigers are a great team, one of the best pitching staffs in baseball as well. They're a great team, but the Indians have hung around with them all season long. You look at Justin Masterson's done a great job. I think Francona's done a great job of getting that team motivated. I think that Nick Swisher mojo, whatever it is that he has, he seems to bring it to every team, and he's done a great job with the Indians this year, bringing that positive, almost to the point of insanity, that insane positive energy that Nick Swisher has. I think it's absolutely contagious for the Indians, and I think he's done a fantastic job, as I said about 5 times. This year, I think Cleveland also has a chance to make the playoffs, could be that last wild card team that we've seen. And I have to admit, I didn't think the last wild card, second wild card, was a good idea when it came in, but I think now you take a look at the fact that all these teams have a chance. Baltimore, you take a look at another team, the small market team, Tampa Bay. These teams all have a chance to now make the playoffs. Tampa Bay could win that division, but you could see a Tampa Bay-Baltimore playoff play-in game in the first round. I think there's a lot of small market teams in baseball that now really believe they have a chance. Kansas City, of course, being one of them, only 3 games out, 3.5 games out of that last wild card spot, and I think it has made the baseball season one of the most interesting pennant races that we have seen in a long time, because basically everybody's in it. There's more parity than there's been in a long time in the game, and I think baseball has a chance to really be a sport that a lot of people get back into down the stretch, and I think a lot of people in different cities have an opportunity to feel good about their teams. And another guy you can feel good about, bringing it all back, bringing it all full circle here on this fan forum, is George Springer from UConn. Of course, he did a great job, one of the top prospects in the Houston Astros organization. Springer has done a fantastic job down there in Houston. He's got a lot of power. He's been able to hit for a lot of power. He could be coming up in the second half of the year here, and I think the Astros certainly would like to see him. A lot of these UConn guys have done a great job. When you look at Mike Olt there in Texas, one of the top prospects in the Texas Rangers system, was traded to Chicago for Matt Garza, so he could be a guy who could come up, and you could see him with the Cubs as well. So I think a lot of Huskies here, a lot of players from Connecticut. When you look at Josh Zeed making his Major League debut for the Astros as well. So I think there's a lot of guys in Connecticut, and certainly those guys are deserving of some more storylines, some more love, as we're trying to spread the love here on this fan forum, as we've seen. I think those guys really deserve a lot more props, and I think UConn certainly as a baseball program, Connecticut as a baseball state, certainly emerging as a place for a lot of young talent, and we're going to see that young talent emerge in the major leagues over these next couple of years. Of course, as we've already seen with Matt Harvey being one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball this season. Thanks for watching this edition of the Fan Forum. You can make your own fan forum video. Just go to sportsedge.com, sign up to become a contributor. Anybody could do it. If I could do it with the Mickey Mouse picture behind me here, you could do it in your home. Just set up a camera, rant about whatever topic you want, and keep it real here on sportsedge.com. Thanks for watching, everybody. For Spud Webb, I'm Kels Staten. This Sports Edge Fan Forum is over.